Hello everyone! Welcome to my channel, Math Lover and more. I hope that you are all well, healthy, and happy. In my channel, I hope that you will learn to love math more and you will also learn to love life more. To start with, this is my first lesson in my channel. Our objective for today, model algebraic expressions in real life. Essential question, how can algebraic expressions be used in real life? For you to be able to understand how to model algebraic expression, let me first define some terms. First, algebraic expressions. These are expressions containing constants, variables, and operations. What are constants? A constant is a fixed or non-varying object or quantities. Third, we have variable. It is a symbol that represents an unknown number. It is denoted by the letters in English alphabet. So anything that you don't know the value, you represent it with a letter, and that letter is called variable. We have our biblical integration. What will you do with varied or different situations that come to your life? There are many variables in life. There are changes in life. Sometimes those changes are good and so we become happy. Sometimes they are bad. So what are we going to do with those varied situations? In 1 Thessalonians 5:16 to 18, we are asked or we are told to rejoice always, to pray continually, to give thanks in all circumstances. Whether we are in difficult situations or we are in joyful situations, we are asked to pray, to thank God, and to rejoice. The truth is, in life, there is only one constant, and that is God. God never changes. He loves us even before the world began, even at this moment, and even in the future. His love never changes. And so we hold on to God, we trust in God, and we believe that God has a better plan for each one of us. So whatever situations we are in, we pray, we thank God, we rejoice, because we believe that God is with us and God will help us all throughout. To start modeling algebraic expressions, let us start with this first situation. Number 1. Richard's mobile plan charges a monthly fee of 300 pesos for unlimited text to all networks and 7 pesos per minute for every phone call to all networks. Letter A. If Richard made 30 minutes of phone calls for January, how much is his bill? Letter B. If he made 75 minutes of phone calls for February, how much is his bill? So let us start answering letter A. For us to be able to answer it, let us analyze the problem or the situation. According to the situation here, Richard's mobile plan charges a monthly fee of 300 pesos. And so for a month, Richard have to pay 300 pesos. This is for unlimited tax. It also say here that he has to pay 7 per minute for every phone call to all networks. So we have another given, 7 pesos per minute. Okay, now we already analyzed the given in the situation. Now let us have letter A. If Richard made 30 minutes of phone calls for January, how much is his bill? So for the phone call, Richard made 30 minutes. So for the month of January, Richard needs to pay already 300 pesos for the monthly, that is for unlimited tax. So we have here 300 pesos plus, it is stated here that he made 30 minutes of phone calls. So in our problem, in our situation, it says here that he needs to pay 7 pesos per minute of phone call. So we have 7 pesos. Since he made 30 minutes of phone calls, we need to multiply the 7 pesos with the 30 minutes for us to be able to know how much is to be paid for the phone calls. And so we have here 300 plus 7 times 30 is 210. And we add it, we have 300 plus 210, that becomes 510 pesos. So, Richard will need to pay 510 pesos for this January bill. Letter B. If he made 75 minutes of phone calls for February, how much is his bill? So again, in this second month, he also needs to pay 300 pesos for the monthly payment of unlimited tax. And then he needs to pay, we have 7 pesos per minute, and he made 75 minutes. And so that will become 7 times 75 minutes. Okay, so we have here 300 plus 75 times 7, that is 35. 7 times 7 is 49, plus 3 it's 52. So 525. So 300 plus 525 is equal to 825 pesos. Okay, so for letter B, Richard Richard needs to pay 825 pesos for his February bill. Letter C. What algebraic expression models the monthly bill of Richard? Okay, we have here 300 pesos and 7 pesos per minute. And so you can see that in letter A and letter B, the 300 pesos is fixed. That is a monthly payment. And so it does not change. This 300 pesos is what we call the constant. And so the constant will remain, so you will have to copy the 300 pesos. So when you will be able to model algebraic expression, to model real life situation using algebraic expression by first analyzing the given. So we analyze that 300 is a constant. We will always have to pay that every month. Richard always need to pay that. So you will have to put 300 plus, it says there that for every minute, Richard needs to pay 7 pesos. So 7 is also a constant number. So we have 7 here. And then for every minute, so on January, Richard used 30 minutes. On February, Richard used 75 minutes. So as you can see, it varies. It differs. The number of minutes that Richard used are different for every month. And so that value, we call that variable. It changes. It varies. We don't know how many minutes will Richard use for phone call on March or in April. And so we represent that becomes unknown to us. And so we represent that with a letter, and that becomes our variable. Any letter will do. But since we are talking about minutes for phone call, I will just use M. You can actually use A, B, C, D, any letter. But for me to just remember, since minutes start with M, I will just use M. Okay, so you will have to, M stands for, I represent for the number of minutes used for phone call. And so, this is now my algebraic expression. This models the situation for Richard. This is the payment or the bill. So, you will have to pay for that interpretation. 300 pesos is the monthly payment, and so it is constant. So you write 300 pesos plus the 7 is also a constant. That is 7 pesos per minute. So Richard will need to pay 7 pesos per minute. So 7 will be put there always. And for the M, that stands for the number of minutes that Richard will make for the phone call. And so we use it with a letter M. So the payment or the bill of Richard every month is 300 pesos plus 7 pesos times the number of minutes that he used for phone call. So that is the interpretation of our algebraic expression. This one, 300 plus 7 times M. So you can have this as 300 plus 7M. So that is our final answer for our algebraic expression for problem number 1. Let's proceed to problem number 2. Alex opened a new checking account. He deposits 10,000 each week. What algebraic expressions model this? The model can be interpreted as blank. So let us now answer this. Okay, let's have the first question. What algebraic expressions model this? Okay, we have to analyze the given. It says here, he deposits 10,000 each week. So 10,000 is deposited every week. So we will now analyze what could be the algebraic expression that could model this money of Alex in the bank. For example, in the first week, Alex deposited 10,000. For the second week, he deposited again another 10,000. So this is for the first week. This is for the second week. So for the first week, the money is 10,000. For the second week, he deposited another 10,000, and so the money becomes 20,000. Because you have to add that. And then for the third week, he deposited again another 10,000, and so the money in the second week, that is 20,000, will be added with 10,000 again. So this will become, for the third week, is 30,000. And so, to model this situation, the money of Alex in the bank, as you can see, we need to analyze what is the constant and what is the variable in the given situation. As you can see, you can always see 10,000, 10,000, and 10,000. So that is what we call the constant. It is a fixed value. Okay, and as you can see, we have here week 1, week 2, and week 3. From 1, it becomes 2. From 2, it becomes 3. So the number of weeks is our variable. It changes every time. And so, how are we going to change these situations into an algebraic expression? Since we have here the variable, the value that varies, that changes, so we will now represent this number of weeks into a letter. And since we're talking about weeks, I will be using the letter W. Okay? And this one here, we have 10,000, that becomes our constant. And so, I will be putting here 10,000. Okay, why did I multiply it? As you can see, you have here 10,000 plus 10,000 plus 10,000. We are adding, and the shortcut of adding is multiplying. When we add and add repeated addition, we can do the multiplication. You see, for the first week, we will put here 1 for the W, and we multiply it by 10,000. And so we get 10,000 for the first week. That is correct, 10,000. For the second week, we will change it into 2, and we multiply 10,000 by 2, we get 20,000. And so we have here the second week is 20,000. And then the next, for the third week, we will change this W here with a value of 3. And 3 times 10,000, we get 30,000. And so, our algebraic expression that can model this situation is this one. Okay? Or we can have the final answer for the algebraic expression here. That will become W times 10,000. We are asked to write first the constant or the number and then the letter. So that becomes 10,000 W. Okay. You must always remember that in algebra, when you have 10,000 and beside a letter, that means you will multiply 10,000 with the W. Whatever is your value for the W, you multiply it and you will be able to get the answer. So the model can be interpreted as, we interpret this as 10,000 pesos is multiplied by the number of weeks for you to be able to know how much money is deposited in the bank account of Alex. So that's it for our number 2 problem. let's proceed to the last problem. I hope that you are learning as you watch there. Okay, number 3. Marilyn rented a baby car at a mall to help her stroll her toddler. The total cost includes a one-time rental fee of 100 pesos plus 50 pesos for each hour. How much will Marilyn pay if she rented the baby car for 1 hour? How about for 5 hours? The total cost for hours is represented as blank. So, we will represent the total cost to be paid by an algebraic expressions. So, let us now analyze the given. Okay, we have here the total cost include a one-time rental fee. So, one-time rental fee of 100 pesos. Okay, so when you rent, you will have to pay 100 pesos already. And then it says here, plus 50 for each hour. So, the first payment is 100 pesos. And then for each hour, you will have to pay 50 pesos. So, that will be okay, for each hour. So, let us now answer the question. How much will Marilyn pay if she rented the baby car for 1 hour? So, for 1 hour, first, Marilyn will pay 100 pesos for the rental fee, for one-time rental fee. So, that will be 100 plus. There is a payment for every hour, for each hour. And so, since she rented it for 1 hour, so that will be, for every hour is 50 pesos, so that will be plus 50 pesos. And so, the total payment will be 150 pesos. Next, how about for 5 hours? How much will Marilyn pay? Okay, so of course, the one-time rental fee is always there, 100 plus. It says here that you will pay 50, that Marilyn needs to pay 50 pesos per hour for each hour. And since she rented it for 5 hours, then you will have to put here 5 multiplied by 50 pesos. For 1 hour, you will only pay 50 pesos. But since she is renting it for 5 hours, so you will have to multiply 5 times 50. And so the total payment will be 100 plus 5 times 50 is 250 plus 100, that will give us 350. That is for 5 hours. Now, the total cost for hours is represented as, so we will now represent the total cost with an algebraic expression. Okay, as you can see in the answers, in the previous answers, we always have the 100 pesos to be paid. That's the one-time rental fee, and that 100 pesos is our constant. And so we always put 100 pesos plus. According to the situation, you will have to pay 50 pesos for each hour. And so 50 pesos, okay, the 50 pesos is also a constant. And what changes or what varies here is the number of hours. If you rent for 1 hour, then your payment is lesser than when you rent for 5 hours. And so 1 hour, 5 hours, maybe 2 hours or 10 hours, that is different value. And so we use the variable to represent it. And so I will just use age. And so that will be age the number of hour will be multiplied to 50 for you to get the total. That is the total cost. And so, when you write this final answer, you will have 100 plus h times 50 is 50h. So this becomes our algebraic expression. And the interpretation for our algebraic expression is the total cost for Marilyn to pay is 100 plus 50 pesos times every number of hours times the number of hours. So if she rent it for 5 hours, then 50 times 5 hours. Okay, so that is how we model real life situations with algebraic expressions. I hope that you learn something today. Thank you for watching my channel, and I hope to see you in the other lesson. So please subscribe, like, comment, and share. Thank you for watching my channel. God bless you all. Goodbye.